Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are here in Garlemald. We finally made it. And we are in Camp Broken Glass. Unfortunately, we have to talk to Emanuele to look for survivors. What ho, chums? Been given something to do, have you? As it happens, I too have been ordered to make myself useful. Who would have thought? Sounds like rather a tall order. Since you ask, where to scour the Ablin Rime for survivors? Wander around ice fields on the off chance you'll find someone. It'd take forever to finish the job without the benefit of my expertise, or more specifically my telescope. Come friends, I know just the spot to begin our search. Yay! Can spend more time with him. I'll probably regret this, but we may as well humor him. Let's go. Alrighty, here we are. And look, they're so fluffy. I want to cuddle them. Those, elephants? I don't know. Are they mammals? Guess. I spy with my little telescope. A massive sheep thing? Or maybe it's a cow. Not what we're after either way. Is that an ether current? Oh no, it's just a wind sprite. Other than that, it's all snow, 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 but lo, what do I see over yon hillock? There's no mistaking it, that's a girl. A survivor? Show me. Over there, behind the tree, it looks like she's running away from something. Though, surely not us. She wouldn't even know we're here unless she had a telescope like mine. All I can tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress, a rather fetching one at that. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near, but we should be able to follow her footprints. Ah, yay. I'll let Lucia know where you're heading. Oh, and take these warming tinctures with you. The poor girl must be chilled to the bone, if not on the verge of freezing to death. That's actually very thoughtful, thank you, but won't you need some for yourself? No, I'll be fine. As a man of chivalry, my honor demands I do no less. And lest we forget, the very reason we are here is to protect those in need. Now go, and Godspeed. Wow, he was actually kinda useful. Let's go. Well, apparently she walked to this building that isn't even that far away. I don't know. We're getting closer, I'm sure of it. At first we thought she'd gone inside the building, but the door doesn't look to have been opened in some time. She might still be nearby, so we'll keep looking around here. Then again, it's also possible that she ran right past this place. Would you mind searching up ahead? Let's do that. Right, let's see if we see that girl somewhere. Wait, there she is. Is she at the tree? Why am I so blind? Yeah, there. Behind the bush. No. Yes. Exactly. Why am I so blind? The girl in the green dress anxiously surveys her surroundings. Were you to call out to her from this distance, it might attract wild beasts to your location. It would be safer to get closer first, but you must do so without drawing her attention. Oh yeah, let's spook her. That's a good idea. Follow the girl from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed. Make use of cover, such as rocks, to approach her without being seen. Similarly, the objective will also end in failure if you fall too far behind. If you fail to complete the objective, you may try again. Oh, okay, let's do that. We are literally doing like some Stalker Simulator here. Which is pretty bad. Gotta catch my breath. Look around again, probably. Yeah, of course. Those beasts want me, I'm done for. What? Good thing I'm running after you. I'm not some beast. Gotta look up for the monsters too. I hope my luck holds. It is so obvious that I always have to hide whenever there is something. Imagine she just baited me now. Ah! Said the final spurt. She thought she would get me, huh? Would not get me that easily. Oh, nice. Now I'm not spooking her anymore. Still in one piece. Well, you didn't do a good job, did you? Who are you? Stay back, this house is packed with explosives. Take another step and I'll blow this place sky high. Please, we just want to talk. Oh, good. More people that can startle her. I'm Alfino, this is my sister Alice and our good friend Laura. We have no intention of hurting or taking anything from you or anyone else, I give you my word. We and our comrades have come to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. Aid? You savages are the ones responsible for all this. You did this to us. Nope. We didn't, I promise you. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. The Telofori are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald, and they won't stop until they've destroyed the entire world. They're the enemy, our enemy. On our way, we encountered Imperial soldiers who had been made their thralls. Those poor souls are now in our care, and we are striving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we've met who wasn't already enslaved. How were you able to escape the Telofori's influence? Are there any others like you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you. Let's start with introductions. Can you tell me your name? My name's Licinia. Somehow I've managed to stay sane. I've been asking myself the same question ever since that night and the roar, the terrible roar. And then the screams. I was screaming too, I think. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Then came the silence. Everything was still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe the fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I saw one that day. I ran past friends, people I'd known all my life, eyes vacant, dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers, but didn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my legs would take me. Maybe she has the echo. They have family here. Is this their home? No, this is Victor Spoils, a mansion for retired soldiers, or it was, but now me and a few others are borrowing it. As for the explosives, I was making that up. I just wanted to keep everyone else safe, and I didn't know if you were. The truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you're here to help, can you? Of course, whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I'd better tell the others first, though. Wait here. Damn, she just changes way too fast. It's actually worrying. This is everyone. The senior says you can be trusted, but these are desperate times. You'd be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with means of heating the place as a sign of goodwill, perhaps you could take you at your word. If that is too much to ask, then leave us be. Time to put my firewood gathering skills to use. Could you provide the spark with a little magic, I'd say? We'll have a fire burning in no time. Maybe we build it under that gazebo. The what? Oh, you mean the bower? Yes, yes, do as you will. How the mighty are fallen. Sorry, I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now that you're here, though, I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I'll leave space around the fire for the others. As you can tell, they're in a far worse state than me. We were planning to look for somewhere warmer or with more food, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? Sure. Let's do that. Got some nice music going on here. I can treat their frostbite and their wounds, but it would take time for the fire to do its work. Now would be a good occasion to make use of Emanolane's tinctures, the ones that can warm the body from the inside out. Would you make sure everyone gets one? Sure. It's not like they are literally next to you. The numbness is beginning to subside, though I suspect once the fire dies, it will return with a vengeance. Warming tincture, I've never heard of such a thing, no harm in trying. But tell me, have you heard aught of the city? Though calling it that seems absurd after what's happened, it's nothing but ruins now. The few buildings still standing offer no more than meager protection from wind and snow. Food production, water purification, the magitech that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. What machina the remains, or machina, I guess, that remains operational cannot be run for lack of ceruleum. Of course, Ceruleum engines is full of the stuff for all the good it does us. No one here knows the first thing about extraction or refinement. That sounds annoying. All is well, yes, never better. I don't think he even needs that. Oh, what sweet libation is this? Is it poison by any chance? Was a joke. If I left this, that I may not weep, so said the poet, and alas my tears would freeze on my cheek ere they fell. We are the blessed damned, to bear witness to the fall of the great empire, while our brethren lie dead, or live on as puppets of flesh. First came the war, then came the roar, then morning came, Garlemald was no more. And a cacophony of gunfire, explosions and screams was our beloved capital razed to the ground. From the rubble rose the disheveled remnants, their lavish finery caked in ash as they shuffled mindlessly towards the palace. Each bearing a fragment of stone or metal, an offering perhaps to the architect of our destruction. A hopeful few tried to reason with the deranged, only to be beaten for their kindness. But I knew better than to plead with the horde. I fled with my health, if not my conscience, preserved. Now I wait with my fellow cowards for our final judgment. There he was talking a lot. What do you want? I want to help you. Get closer to the fire, then it will work. I think sure, may as well drink it, I suppose. Could also sit closer to the fire, then it would actually help. Maybe sit in it. Nice music. It's a radio. You don't have them where you come from, I take it. We use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distances. Now we use link shells. There are different types, but this model is by far the most popular, made with quality components crafted with the finest ore, sourced from Locus and Moneus. It is. Not all that useful since the capital fell into ruin. The people at the broadcasting station must have either fled or ended up like all the others, because all we've been hearing is the same music being played over and over again. Home beyond the horizon, an ode to the brave men and women sent to reclaim our ancestral homeland of Locus Amonus. Oh, that's the Garleans music. We may have founded an empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hope to take back what was once ours. This is some reminder that though we must suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe that Emperor Varus yet lives, and that he speaks to us through our radios. It was a cunning strategy, faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chosen to conceal himself, that he may one day make his triumphant return. Sure. Yes, I'm sure of it. Emperor Varus would not be defeated so easily. Sure. Of course not. Let's go back to the girl. And there we are. What's that? You can heat up. Why don't you get to the fire? So this is what you gave the others. Thank you, I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Are you part of the group staying in Laterum? I saw the gate is where Gilea's troops heading towards the Mana Glacies a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Camp Broken Glass, you call it, and Virgilia and her men are all there now. So how did you reach the Magna Glaciers? Did you cross the mountains on foot? Airships, then there might be a way to... Oh, they want to flee. Where's everyone? Something the matter? Or what's from inside, you say? You must be imagining things. Everyone's out here. Perhaps the baby elm masty has found its way into the house. It wouldn't be the first time. Oh yeah, they can speak. Without the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaming closer to the settlement. Some have been known to attack people too. Just had an idea. If you and yours are strong enough to defeat the legators, then surely a few beasts shouldn't pose a threat. If you've a mind to continue helping us, perhaps you could head to the other side of the lake. There's a small group of tappers living there. People whose job was to extract ceruleum. They still do, from what we can tell. I've already tried asking if they would share their fuel with us, but they're not willing to give it away. They want food in exchange, lots of food, and that's something we don't have and can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach their den, we'd have to make our way past all those creatures. Would you be willing to go in our place? We only need enough ceruleum to last until the others are strong enough to travel to your camp. If the offer still stands, that is. Oh, and I don't expect you to give up your own supplies. But there might be another way to pay the tappers. For Ceruleum you need, the Ceruleum you shall have. You best watch out for baby Amesties while we're away. Ah yes, of course. If I see any, I'll be sure to shoot them away. To reach Tapper's Den, you'll have to cross the lake. The ice is thick enough to support a person's weight, but if you'd rather not take the risk, you'll need to take the long way around. Finding the entrance can be a bit tricky too, so it's easier to just look for someone standing guard outside. However you decide to head there, please be careful. As straight as possible. Let's do that. And there we are. Who goes there? How did you find us? What do you mean? I stand out like a sore thumb. If the purebloods over at Victor's Spoils hadn't given away our location, you'd ever have found us. Oh, you'd never have found us. The stuck-up arseholes thought they could come waltzing in here demanding Ceruleum with nothing to offer in return. Looks like the boot's on the other foot now. The capital's gone to shite. So they've resorted to sending you to negotiate. I know your game, Sellsword. If they think we'll give in to intimidation, they've got nothing. They've got another think coming. Oh, don't make it complicated, man. Damn, bunch of babies. Am I dead yet? Not quite. There you are. Just after you left, Licinia asked me to go and catch up with you in case you needed a hand. Someone must have let slip that I've a little experience in transporting barrels of ceruleum. So this is Tapper's Den. Well done after you. Who are you? What happened to the guards? Well, they wanted to fight? Arsians and rebels here to save the people of Garlemald. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why in the hells would you pass up this chance to put those imperial bastards to the sword? Let me guess, none of you are Garlean. You were brought here from other lands. Garabanya, Yansha, Boja, Damaska, to name but a few. Some dragged here against our will, others fed bollocks about a better life, all put to work extracting ceruleum. All given the esteemed title of An, placing us firmly on the bottom rung of the ladder. But the old hierarchy means nothing in the new Garlemald, says we. About the only thing that's escaped more or less unscathed is cerulean ingots, still sustaining us, even with our paymasters out of the picture. We hear you're experts in drawing up ceruleum from the bottom of the lake, but how can you do that if it's frozen over? Drill holes. Wouldn't you like to know trade secrets, I'm afraid? At any rate, it's not as if ceruleum is used for much these days. What with the city in ruins, we take enough to power our heaters and save the surplus for later. And though it helps stave off the cold, it does sod all about our hunger unless we can trade it away. Why don't they just work together, man? Speaking of which, be sure to tell your contingent we've got ceruleum by the barrelful. If they're interested, we'll exchange it for whatever provisions they're willing to spare. We can certainly ask, but if you're all free to go now, why carry on living here? Free to go? Go where? Even if we manage to get back to our homelands, there'd be nothing left for us, thanks to the Empire. The knowledge and skills we acquired working here would be practically useless outside of Garlemald. So we're staying for the time being. Long as there's a need for ceruleum, we'll find a way to get by, even if Garlemald as we knew it is gone for good. Gone for good. Well, well, well. Regardless of what the Ilzabar contingent does for the people of Garlemald, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, that would be a cause for celebration, while for others, their whole way of life will have been turned upside down. After all the atrocities committed in the Empire's name, perhaps it is for the best that it is consigned to history. And what of the ordinary people, their lives, their stories? Should they be forgotten too? I suppose there'll be plenty of time to ponder that later. For now, let's see about getting some ceruleum. For now, let's see about surviving. Oh, hello, car. At the end of the trail. So you've come seeking a ceruleum, have you? Yes. What those purebloods up at Victor's Boys sent you to turn to their enemies for help? They must be more desperate than I thought. Then again, Lysinia's got her little sister to think about. A sister, but we only saw Lysinia and 3 men. It's possible she died from whatever was ailing her. She needed treatment. I doubt there'd be any way to get it around here. I may have refused Lysinia at first, thinking she'd come back with something to exchange, but I can spare them a bottle's worth of ceruleum. Consider it a reward for introducing me to the rest of your contingent. Be sure to send them our way, you hear? Nice. I can't for the life of me think why Lysinia would keep her sister a secret from us, but we can ask about that after we've delivered the ceruleum. Come on, let's hurry back. Let's go back. Righty, we are back here. This isn't right, it's too quiet. I would have thought Elfino would still be treating them by the fire, but they're nowhere to be seen. I look inside the house or you search outside. They can't have gone far. Let's look for them. What the hell? Just lying on the ground. They asked me to help carry supplies, but when I followed them back here, they attacked me. Caught me off guard, forced me to defend myself. I fear they fared rather worse than me. You can't fool us. We know what you're about. Vultures, that's what you are, waiting in the wings for us to show weakness, then in you swoop. You're to help, with what all a ploy, to make us lower our guard. Let you in, put ourselves at your mercy, put us in chains, steal our lands, get your revenge. You're wrong, that's not what any of us want. Especially, who would want to steal that land? It's frozen. Save the arguments for later, we've got bigger problems. I found empty medicine bottles in a bed that was still warm. It's true, Lysinia was hiding her 6 sisters inside the house. But now there's no sign of either of them. Where are they? Where did they go? Away from you and yours. And if you think I'll tell you, you're a fool. I'd never give up my people. Yo, to be honest, why are we even helping them then? I mean, if they don't want our help... You know? Sucks. We're trying to help them, you idiot. Our sister's ill, the empty bottles prove it, so the medicine ran out, or she put it in her pockets to make it easier to carry. Or to avoid the sound of clinking glass. There are beasts everywhere, how could you let them go alone? To protect them from you. But seriously, if someone was like, hey, let me help you, and I'm like, nah, I'm fine, go away, they keep going, like, no, let me help you, I would also think, you probably want to hurt me, like, go away, you know? It's like, if they want to help me, like, why are they so adamant on helping me if I say I don't want your help, you know? It's like something shady is going on. You made our homeland tainted with the same sorcery used to slay our countrymen. Garleans should sooner die than suffer the insult. Better from them to flee, keep their purity intact, than be corrupted by your vile magics. We were waiting for a chance to free them since the moment you arrived. It's getting us nowhere. I cannot say how Lucinia and her sister will react when we find them, but find them we must. Go on without me, both of you. I first need to tend to my injuries and theirs. I will join you in the search after. Alright, be careful. We'll do our best to find them quickly. There's only one path out of here, so that's where we'll start. Seriously, if people don't want your help, leave them be, man. Like, it's so annoying. Let's go. See, also this, like, if you would have just left them alone, they would have still been in that house. 2 sets of fresh footprints, young women, judging by the size. That's definitely them. Come on. Those are some pretty big feet. Wasn't she, like, tiny? Well, let's go. Here we are. At the lake again. Train stops at the frozen lake. Perhaps they chose this route so as not to leave footprints. I can't think of any other reason. Look at this place. It's crawling with beasts, and I can only imagine how hard it must be for her ailing sister to cross the ice. We could really do with Alfino's help, but we can't afford to wait for him. Let's split up and look for clues. Let's go. It looks promising that the twins finally unalived someone. The blood staining the snow appears to be fresh. Judging by the amount, the victim may have been severely wounded. The trail of blood leads southeastwards. Then let's go save the people that don't want to be saved. Seriously, now I feel bad. Like, they're here because I was a stalker. Because of the twins. 2 bodies are already cold. Rip. It's over. I hope LSA sees this and realizes maybe we should leave people alone if they don't want help.
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked. No. Why? Why wouldn't they?
Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic. We should have... I should have...
Left them alone?
We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's gonna
What
look
if we're
great.
only making it worse?
Thank you! I thought he was the
Maybe
brains.
we don't belong here, but neither did they. Not out here in the wind and the cold.
I wanted to go here. Really? God. Okay, I mean, I guess that's okay. No, wait, did they bring them back?
I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it. But Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all. I want to understand. So I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right. You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders. But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
I don't know, I'm pretty sure they can't hear you. I'm sorry, but we knew them for like 2 seconds. Why are they always so involved with every single person we meet? There must have been something we could have done, but what? Should we have never come here? Would they still be alive if we hadn't? No, it's not about this. Oh man! Oh my gosh, we actually did bring them here. Oh my god, why couldn't we just bury them there? A way forward. Like, seriously, the twins are taking the piss. Like, I can't. We have already caused enough harm here. Let us return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. All we can do for now is make our report to Lucia and do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. Maybe we should send Guardian people to help the Guardian people because they think we are outsiders and we want to harm them because they have been fed that stuff the whole time. Let us linger here no more. Come. Let's go. I hope they tell her that it was their fault and not mine. Honestly enough, no, tell me they have finished their preliminary search for survivors, but refrain from saying much more than that. That they didn't admit to it. Clearly they are reluctant to provide details. Might I ask you for your account? Oh, I would love to. I tell you everything. Don't send them out anymore to people. Why can't Maxima go or something? Like, obviously...
Thank you for your report.
Obviously, they're gonna be like, whoop, those are the people that have been, you know, that we have been taught about, that they wanna harm us and that they are evil.
We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
Exactly! Oh my god, thank you, Maxima.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
It's their fault, it's fine.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Populares, Maxima identified. They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's 3rd Legion clashed with the 1st, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams.
That's wild.
May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
Varus spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
And then they always had to stay close, no? I mean, Licinia walked away and everything.
My friends! I must speak with you!
Ugh.
A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
Who do we have here?
Garleans? Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a temple knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iulus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
No.
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
Going with you, what would you want to say if I let you 2 go by yourselves? Good luck.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
Aw, so I have to go with.
A couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Yep.
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
Damn, is every single person here a gunbreaker? You will be received as invited guests, and so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette and conduct yourselves accordingly. Your safe return takes precedence above all else, remember this. Vankard in particular will be worried sick if you're gone too long. May the Fury watch over and keep you. Are you and the children ready? I will explain the route once we are outside your camp. If anyone attempts to follow us, we will judge it an act of hostility. We will not hesitate to take appropriate measure. I would expect nothing less. You have our full cooperation. Let's go. Alrighty, here we are. Alright, that's far enough. Listen carefully. We head over that hill. What hill? Probably the one over there. Then follow the road until we reach Liminal Station 4. Children in the lead, I want you where I can see you. We do have names, you know. I'm Alice and he's Alphino. And last but not least, there's Laura. Nora, where have I heard that before? No matter, Alphino and Alice will watch the road ahead while we bring up the rear. I wasn't lying about there being many dangers, so you're to run, not saunter, run towards the station. If you even think about going for your weapon, the deal's off. Should any creatures bar the way, we go around them. Let's choose to depart. He will accompany me, make him... Okay. Can't leave him behind or lose sight of Alphino and Alice. Ready to make a dash for station? Yes. Wow. We are so fast. Wait, so I just have to follow them? Why can they run in front of the bear? This must be the road that he mentioned. If we follow this, it should lead to the station. Well, yeah. Not the easiest surface to run on. You coming, friend? You better not draw attention. Is that enough attention? That's a station, I presume. It looks like a station. See, he's got the right idea. Oh, he's coming after me. Whoops. This is the first stop, that is. Nice. Good, it looks like your friends knew better than to follow us. Are these your headquarters? No, we're stopping here so I can check for pursuers. Since it appears you've kept your side of the bargain, we can carry on. North of the station is Regio Domorum, one of the main residential areas, or at least it was. The afflicted roamed the streets in packs, they'll tear us to shreds if given the chance. Keep close, no wandering off, understood? Yes, sir, but we will do that in the next episode because my voice is dying right now, so yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like if you like what you see, and obviously subscribe if you would like to see more. I try to upload every single day. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and bye bye!